It's Career Happy Hour. Every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific time, I will be here multi-streaming just for you. So we call this Career Happy Hour because it's a community, not because it's a place to go or that we have fun. Actually, we do those things. It is a place to go and it is a place to have fun. And I welcome you. Each Friday at 3 o'clock Pacific time, we get together and we share some thoughts, some ideas. We also get together so that I can answer some of your questions. Having been a career coach for several years now and well over 10,000 coaching clients, I think I have some perspectives or some insights that might be able to help you. If that's the case, then please, by all means, put your questions in the comment section of this video. I am happy to answer. I'm currently streaming on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and of course, Instagram on my cell phone. Now, the nice thing about being on Instagram on my cell phone, that's interesting. I need to end that, discard video. For whatever reason, I was on the wrong account when I thought I was on the right account on Instagram. Sorry, folks. Minor difficulty, minor challenge. I'm going live on Instagram, my business account. I was on my private account and it's not very helpful. Sorry about that. But you can do that on Instagram. You can put a little question in there. I'm happy to answer. But the conversation today, and I am surprised at how many individuals get really dogmatic about this open to work photo frame and open to work on LinkedIn is a feature that is accessible to everybody, and everybody seems to have an opinion on this. Now, I'm going to share perspective today. I'm not going to share an opinion, but I am going to share perspective. And so each person, each individual user on LinkedIn obviously has the opportunity to decide for themselves whether or not they want the photo frame on their profile, because I believe that it's individual sovereignty, individual liberty that gives you that option. And you should have that option to decide to put the photo frame on or not. And so we'll talk through some thoughts, some concepts, some things to consider, especially if you're in career transition right now, or you're looking to get promoted in your organization. You know, there's some juggling that has to go on here. And most of it, to be honest, is psychological. It's mental. It's mental. It might be emotional. Absolutely might be emotional, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. And so we'll talk through some of that. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Andrew Beach. I'm a teacher of self-education. I help professionals communicate value so they can find great opportunities faster, whether they're working or not. That's through a pragmatic process of branding, planning, and effective networking. If that's something you're interested in, and I found many people interested, please complete the application below if you want to be coached directly by me. It's a very simple form. I think there's like 2 or 3 required questions, and then you schedule time in my calendar and off we go running, and I can support your success in many different capacities. Let's find out if that's something you want to have happen. And you might see here, I'm wearing my school colors today because the College World Series is in play. And my college is represented in the Super Regional. So I'm wearing my colors today. So hopefully you can cheer along with me for the Oregon State Beavers. So let's get into the concept today. And if you have questions, put those. You can also share this broadcast out. You can do that in a private message or via the streaming channel that you're on right now. Just every one of those has a share button. Just share it out to your networks or to your circle of influence. And again, if you have questions, please put those in the chat. Just about anything, I'm happy to answer. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is that if you want some live coaching right now, we can do that. This streaming service gives you the opportunity to come on live. You can do that on Instagram too, by the way. You can request to join the live stream. It might be challenging for those of you on the other channels to take that in, but you should at least be able to hear the person, hear their audio. But it'd be interesting to see somebody come in on Instagram. But in any event, there is a link in the description. And if you don't want your questions to be public, that's a great place to put your anonymous questions to be answered. I know a lot of people attend this either through replay or just kind of sit there to take it in, and they want to participate, but they choose not to because they don't want to get the word out that, hey, they might be they might be looking for something. Okay. I understand all those things. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And what we'll do here is we'll just walk through this concept of what Open to Work is on LinkedIn, and why it was instituted. Just generally speaking, what the philosophy is and why LinkedIn would institute that. But generally speaking, it's a sign. It's a sign to other members of LinkedIn that you're open to opportunities. Now, we can have a discussion or a debate about what the platform called LinkedIn actually is. And in my opinion, now this is me sharing opinion. Well, actually, I take that back. I'll share my perspective. Show me one person. I'll ask a question. In fact, show me one person on LinkedIn that's not there for some kind of purpose that involves opportunity to share a message, opportunity to find a job, opportunity to sell a product or service. It is indeed a platform for opportunity. It's what it was designed for. It's designed to connect people. And if you look at some of the premise presentations by the founders, what you'll find is that LinkedIn was designed to refer people, and it was a relationship database. Really, it was a relationship service, professionally speaking. So this Open to Work concept is just an extension of what LinkedIn already is. Now you can decide for yourself whether or not this is a sign that you want to have plastered on your face or around your photo frame. That's up to you. But there is indeed something that is going on here, and it's just signaling to people in the marketplace that it's okay that you're looking for opportunity. It's okay that you're looking for a job. It's okay that you're looking for opportunity. It's giving you permission. Okay. That's really what it was designed for, and why it exists. And so now the question might be, you know, should I have it turned on or turned off, or what are the settings I should use? And the answer to that is it's your choice. There's really three options. You can choose not to have it. And that's certainly up to you. If you choose not to have it, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong in which decision that you make. Okay. The second thing you could have it turned on, but it's only accessible to people that have paid LinkedIn for the recruiter version. So it says open to recruiters, but really what they're saying is people that have cut a check or in some way compensated LinkedIn for the privilege of having LinkedIn premium service called Recruiter. Now there's many various versions of LinkedIn based on how much money that you're providing LinkedIn for that privilege. And the one that would have access to this information would be the recruiter version. And you'd certainly want recruiters to have access to that. So in a lot of ways, it's effective if you do have it turned on to have it just to recruiters only. Now, the third setting is the one that I think has created some controversy, and that is where you actually say open to everybody. Now, this used to be a setting on LinkedIn long before the photo frame came along. So this is something that was there and accessible, and many people had it turned on, and it did kind of, send up a spidey sense. Are you running away from something? You're running towards something. And I think there was some confusion about that. But I saw it as, hey, if it gets you one opportunity or one conversation, it's worth having it turned on. And so if you look at the photo frame, it is very prominent on your profile now. It didn't used to be that way. It was something that LinkedIn instituted, I think, a little over a year ago. It might be longer, but since the pandemic, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Yeah, but there didn't used to be a photo frame. It just used to be a setting that you can make it public or just for recruiters or have it turned off. The three settings were still there, but there wasn't a photo frame. And I think that's the subject of the controversy, is that people don't want to have a perception of being desperate. And that's valid. Again, that's primarily emotional or psychological. And that's something that could be addressed at an interview or in a conversation. But then you might be thinking, well, what if I don't get the interview or conversation because I have it turned on? You won't ever know, to be honest. And but so it's your choice. I would suggest try all three of the settings and see which one gets you the best traction or the best forward moving movement. And so It's a valid question. It's a valid question to ask. And is that because I have it turned on and I have this photo frame around my face, are people judging me? And I said, people are judging you all the time, not just because you have a photo frame. And I do it too, right? It's not that I'm judgmental, but yes, I am evaluating, making determinations, in some way evaluating everybody, or judging people around me, just to understand who they are. Who are they really? And I think we all do that as human beings. We want to know. Maybe we have varying degrees of curiosity. We just want to know, who is this person across from us? Okay. And so if you feel like because you have this on or have it off, or you feel it's right or wrong, it's really a choice for you. And just recognize it's mental and psychological. It's not, I don't think it has anything to do with how people are judged as being competent or incompetent, or a good fit or not a good fit. That's something that's done at an interview, not because someone looked at your profile and said, "Oh, that person's desperate. We don't want them in our organization." I can't imagine what kind of bridge has to be crossed for someone to make that kind of evaluation on another human being. But yes, people are judging you all the time. I think it's something we have gotten used to with social media. People have become really more prominent and maybe vocal in their opinions on different things. And this is one of those that is no exception. Having a photo or a frame around your image, your headshot on LinkedIn is something of a sensitive topic for a lot of people. And I don't understand why. It's just a feature that LinkedIn has instituted to, in some way, get people to stay on their platform more. It's part of the psychological, or how do they call it, industrial engineering, to get individuals to invest more of their time, their cycles, their attention on a platform called LinkedIn. And that's in their best interest, because now I can sell premium services, I can sell advertising. Just recognize it's designed that way. So what is the moral? What is the moral of the story? Whether you put that frame on or off, have the photo frame, or even use this feature, I would say always be open. Always be open to conversation. If it's in your power, and it depends on you, say yes when people want to have a network conversation that seems legitimate. Now, there's a lot of, how would you say, self-serving individuals on LinkedIn that are reaching out to people and asking for time in their calendar because they want to sell something. And it's not that that's bad. It's just not as productive for both parties. It seems to be a one-way conversation. So yes, even I say no to people that reach out to me if I don't feel like they have a mutual interest at heart. And so, yes, the idea here is whether you're in a role, and I've seen this too, where someone is in a role, they're perfectly satisfied, almost to the point of complacency, and they don't ever think they'll be in a position where they have to look for work. And guess what? They get the tap on the shoulder and say, "Please visit me in the conference room. Today is the day that you get to depart the company." And sometimes this comes without warning. And what I would suggest is if I'm always open and I'm active on LinkedIn and I'm meeting people and I'm just staying engaged in my domain of expertise, whatever that is, through associations or group events or what have you, then yes, this is an opportunity for you to be present and always be open and never stop looking. Even if you are happy, ask yourself this one question: what could be better than what I have right now? What could possibly be better than what, and look for the answer earnestly. Look for the answer to that question. What could be better than what I have right now? And really fill in the blanks on things that might be missing, things that you could maybe pursue, people that you could talk to. It should drive your curiosity to an opportunity that is more aligned with who you are. And so now I start thinking about mindset. And my mindset is, what you have right now, if you assumed, based on that question, is your plan B. What you're doing right now, if you're happy and you're complacent and you're satisfied and you're getting everything you need, guess what? That's your plan B. What's your plan A? Your plan A should be something better, elevated, more, how would you say, fulfilling than the plan B you're currently in. It's not that plan A isn't what you're doing right now. It's Your plan A, once you got the job, is now your plan B. And plan A is now what's next? What's better than what I have right now? And so start earnestly thinking about that as an objective. Engage with the marketplace, if you know what I mean. Talk to people. Hey, Butch, good to see you. Let's see what Butch has to say here. How do I navigate the use of this banner while I'm currently employed but looking for new opportunities? I may want to be discreet and still want to find these opportunities is the rub. There's nothing stopping you, Butch, from reaching out to people you know or have yet to know but probably should, based on a professional objective you have for yourself. Okay, that has nothing to do with the photo frame, has nothing to do with signaling to anybody that you're open to opportunities. And so here's my advice. Go talk to the people. Talk to the people that you think are interesting, intriguing, somebody doing something that you would love to do. An organization you maybe have always wanted to work for. And so that's on you. That's up to you. It's not, the photo frame isn't like some, magical formula. It's not like it's going to make you, lose 50 pounds. It's funny how many people think that just having that turned on is going to lead to them getting a job, because, and this isn't reality yet. And I can imagine that it probably will be in the near future, that LinkedIn is creating an exchange of value for monetary compensation. They're creating an exchange. That's what I envision LinkedIn becoming, because they're owned by Microsoft, and there's a lot of integration and fantastic things that are happening for companies right now through that Microsoft ecosystem. My guess is that LinkedIn's trying to be the center of that, and you will see people trade skill for compensation through LinkedIn. It's happening now in the services part of their ecosystem, where you can hire a career coach like me right through LinkedIn. They're provided a connection, and LinkedIn doesn't really take, how would you say it? They don't take a piece of that action, if you know what I mean. But you do have to have a paid premium service to get access to the leads. And so they're creating that exchange. They're trying to test it out. And so I can imagine a day in the near future, because things are accelerating, is where you could take somebody's profile, add it to a shopping cart, and check out with a credit card or some kind of payment method. LinkedIn will take a fee, and you have now the world's largest recruitment tool taking, not that they'll ever do this, right? But I could see it happening for sure, that they will take a fee for that and become the world's largest recruiter. It could happen probably overnight. It wouldn't surprise me. So that's my advice for you, Butch. I do appreciate your contribution and being a faithful member of Career Happy Hour. Absolutely. Again, if you want to come on live, you can certainly do that. There's a link in the description that would allow you to get free coaching right now, hands-on by me. Otherwise, put your questions in the comments box. I'll be coming back as new questions come on. I'll be able to answer those for you. So know that I'm interacting with all the social channels that this is being broadcast on. And if you do have indeed a question, I will do my best to answer in a timely fashion. But if I don't, you're welcome to direct message me on LinkedIn. I would appreciate that opportunity for sure. So looks like Bush. Yeah, you're welcome, Butch. Absolutely. Anything to support your success, I am happy to do it. So thanks for your question and your contribution. And I've kind of been feeling, I find it interesting what's happening in the market right now, that there are so many organizations that are running on fear, and fear in my mind is false evidence appearing real. And that means, hey, they're making decisions on their business based on fear of loss or fear of inflation or fear of recession. And I don't think that's wise. And so we're seeing now where organizations are making offers to individuals. Those individuals are giving notice, and before they start, or maybe even on their first day of work, they're given their offer is rescinded. And so now I've left an organization. I'm out in the cold because somebody got nervous. Not that they don't have the right to do that, but I would think that that's not a great way to endear your organization to an individual. And so think a little bit harder about, the hires you make in the future, but, honor the promises you're making to these people to bring them on board. And, they're giving up jobs to come work for your organization. Why would you do that? That to me doesn't make sense. But, then again, I can't make sense of why companies do reductions in force. And I'm kind of on the same page as Simon Sinek when it comes to that, is why would you use people to balance your books? To me, doesn't make sense. And of course, these views, these perspectives are my own. They're not based on any of the organizations that I may be affiliated with. So please understand that there isn't a lot of rhyme or reason to why these organizations do these things other than financial. That's the only motivation that I can see that might entice someone to not hire somebody or to do reductions in force, layoffs, if you will. And it is actually so expensive in so many ways to do that to your individuals, to your employees, that these unforeseen costs are not something that are part of the equation when it comes to making these decisions. Like, what's the long-term value of laying off, X percent of your workforce? What is the damage to your brand, your employer brand, when that happens? I can tell you some of those are permanent, at least in the near term, and have lasting effects on whether or not someone would choose to do business with your organization or recommend your organization to be a place to do business with. So good. That's all I have for today. Career Happy Hour. I don't see any other questions, so I will go ahead and sign off. And I hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday for Career Happy Hour. Be well. Take care.